Moving into the West Side, so we switched it up. I'm gonna actually start off with the number one team in the West to me right now. Shout out to Dame. Shout out to Anthony Simons. Young Blazers, man. Trailblazers to me are number one in their conference right now. Simons is averaging like 22 a game, 23 a game. He looks great. Dame, superstar status when he's playing. He's been great. Been really like pleasantly and happily surprised by like how well Jeremy Grant has been like fitting in. Playing very well, give you quality minutes, give you scoring, give you length. Like the dude looks like the perfect piece for them. I think they had needed that type of dynamic wing player slash big for a long time.
Yeah, even back when they had CJ.
Yes,
That's
that's
literally what they were missing.
this is what they needed. And I like it a lot, man. So, um,
And Grant scored 37.
just holding down the middle. That kid Shaden Sharp. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
like,
bro. I'd be like, is he gonna come down out the sky? Like, dang, this dude, this kid. Oh man, I feel like I hadn't been like seeing like a wow factor type dunker in a while. And this dude, I'm just like, all right, every time he catches it 2 feet in the paint, oh, get out the way. This dude's gonna literally jump over everyone. I'm like, he's 6'6",
dunk
and
contest,
he can
man.
shoot,
Dunk
bro.
contest.
It's like watching another Derrick Jones Jr. Like,
Good point.
but he I don't know. He just got like effortless, just effortless. I don't know, but I love the Blazers right now. They're 9-4, sitting at the if not number one right now, number two. Um, they've been phenomenal. Um,
They
and
have.
Josh been a great piece, another great pickup by them. Nazir Little, they have a good team right now. So they also I was also very mad about this, but they beat my guys in Miami.
Yeah, they did.
Thanks
Buzzer
to
beater.
yeah,
Buzzer beater.
that was a thing to watch, and I'm like, oh man, I think it might have been the day that all the games were free because they moved set the schedule where people could have the time off to elect. I mean, for elections.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to watch the Heat and Blazers. I'm like, all right, basically my two favorite teams right now, and obviously I gotta go with the Heat because Heat for life. But I'm like, oh, this dude, we win the overtime. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And well, not overtime, but we
Fourth
tied the
quarter.
game up.
Yeah.
Crazy Max Cruz shot, and then Josh Hart comes out and beats us at the buzzer. I'm like, you got to
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
mad. But anyway, shout out to the Blazers, number one in the West. To me, I like what they're doing. Number
They
two,
are.
we gotta talk about the Jazz right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no one expected them to be gelling, to be doing this well. Do I think it'll last? I'm not gonna say they're gonna be top one, two, three seed, but I think they're gonna be in the playoffs. I love they. I mean, they dropped some games recently, obviously to Joel and them, but they have been very good. Very surprising that they have been competing like this, but they have a group of guys that I feel like have something to prove. Mike Conley, another great point guard, Jordan Clarkson, who was recently Sixth Man of the Year. Um, they have a good team. Laurie Markkinen has been looking like a fringe all-star type player. He's fitting in very well. They're still playing pretty much how they, to me, have played in the past. A lot of ball movement, um, a lot of good shooting, and it's working. Colin Sexton playing with something to prove. I like it. So they dropped a couple games this past week or so, but still very impressive. Still top of the West. Still like 1, 2, 3 seed right now. So keep my eye on the Jazz. Third, I have to go with the Suns, even though my team kind of dropped them tonight by a point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Still have been getting it done. Chris Paul's been out with some heel soreness. Obviously, Cam Johnson has to have some knee surgery, so that's a hit to them. But Devin Booker's still been great. Uh, Bridges has been really good. He had a big 30-point game a couple days ago, I think. Um, Still have DeAndre Ayton, even if the whole trade talk thing is going on in closed doors. They have still been very good without some key players. I still expect them to be in that like firmly in the playoffs. And right now, looking at how they've been playing, they should be fine. They dropped down a little bit tonight, but that's fair. And then my last two teams, I'm switching it up. I gotta shout out the Kings. Like, shout out to Sacramento. Big wins. They won the past 3 games they played, unless they lost tonight. But they won the last 3 games. I'm impressed. De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Sabonis had a monster game, and they beat the Warriors. They went up against them a couple times, and it may be early to say they're 6-6. They're at 500. Anything can happen right now. Like, there are teams at the bottom that shouldn't be there. This team is middle of the way right now, and I think, all right. I saw De'Aaron Fox come on NBA Today the other day. I'm impressed by what he's talking about, how he's analyzing the game. He had a big shot against the Magic the other night, so
Balled out against the Lakers.
balled out against the Lakers. I mean, I'm not trying to like jinx it, but I'm liking what I'm seeing in Sacktown. It's been a long drought for them. I hope they continue to keep it up and keep going. Davion Mitchell has been good in the clutch, so impressive. I had to slide them in there. They're, like I said, they're 6-6. That's better than 0-12. So what they would probably do a year ago. Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox being back together since like the Kentucky days is also a pretty fun team to watch. I think we talked about this before, but it's a lot of talent in the backcourt for them. And I hope they don't waste Sabonis' career out there in Sacramento because he's a very good big. But yeah, like I said, they won the last 3. I want to keep them. I want to shed light on these teams, So, and my last one, Q's shaking his head. Yep, I had to put his team in there because they're not lose every other game. Shout out to the OKC Thunder. Had a big win in Madison Square Garden against the Knicks. Ironic. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man, he refuses to be slowed down. Big 30 pieces. I don't expect them to be keeping this up by any chance. I don't know if they even make the playoffs. But I'm impressed. They've had some good wins the past week, so I had to slide them up there. I had to put them in there. And just to make sure Q knows that this team is not going away. They're like, we can compete. So I love that Shai's just been a phenomenal player. I also want to see him just flourish. And yeah, Josh Giddey getting buckets. I like the fight. I don't like I'm not a fan of tanking the season. I'm like, all right, go out there and compete. Go get some games in. So I had to throw them in there for moving up in the winning column a little bit. Shout out to the Thunder.
And he just basically lying to the people, bro. Like the last 2, like I can understand like why you probably don't want to put the Grizzlies in there because their injuries they suffer, and then the loss they had to the Wizards. I can even understand the Mavs because they also lost to the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that the Kings are better than like the Nuggets right now, or OKC better than the Nuggets at this moment. I know you're basically trolling, but man, there's no way these are like a top 5 team. Although how they did show out against the Celtics, so I mean that was impressive, but still, I'll go back to that Knicks game because it seemed like that's where you're getting most of this from. That combined of what? They combined total score with what 280?
Mm-hmm.
Something that combined points is just unheard of.
almost 300 points.
I didn't watch that game, but I'm
was like
assuming if I look in the stats, no defense was being played. I'm gonna assume. I ain't watched that game. I didn't look at the stats. I'm assuming if I look at those stats, it's gonna be no defense was played, and this team is still top 5 in the West. I mean, I know you're trolling, bro, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey man, they had some impressive wins. I'm just saying. Don't sleep on your team, dog. They're 6-7 right now. They're just under 500. They're not losing 5 games for every one they win. So
I know they
you know.
not. I know where they at. I mean, it's all good. They lost tonight. They'll lose tomorrow. They'll lose to the Grizzlies. And they'll lose to the Knicks. They fine. They right there.
Okay. Yeah.
They right there. We just need to show up, man, because the Rockets are. They're right now. They're in the spot to get Wembayama. Right now, the Rockets and the Lakers are in there somehow.
Yeah, the Lakers are very much there, but they won't get him. So
I don't know, man.